Good evening and welcome back to One TV News with me, Esma. Recent social media activity has sparked speculation about a sequel to Aamir Khan's 2016 hit film Dangal. The buzz began after photos surfaced at Aamir Khan video calling wrestler Vinesh Fogart, celebrating her achievements and praising her performance. The interaction along with Vinesh's recent wrestling challenges and retirement has fueled fan excitement among Dangal 2 or a new project centered on her career. Although there is no official confirmation yet, the enthusiastic public response suggests a strong interest in a potential follow-up to related films driven by both Aamir Khan involvement and Vinesh Fogart's compelling story. A Redditor's request for a deliberately unattractive Tinder bio led to an unexpectedly viral response. ChatGPT created a bio full of exaggeratedly off-putting traits including poor hygiene and bizarre habits. The bio quickly gained popularity, amassing over 27,000 upvotes and sparking diverse reactions. Some found humor in the AI-generated content, while others saw a bizarre form of relatability or perseverance. This incident highlights the unexpected ways AI-generated content can intersect with human culture, blending humor and relatability to create memorable social media moments. AAP has condemned the Enforcement Directorate's raid on MLA Amanatullah Khan, calling it a politically motivated move. The party argues that the raid related to allegations from the Delhi Waqf Board case represents misuse of power by the ED under the BJP government. AAP leaders including Manish Sisodia and Sanjay Singh point out that previous investigations by the CBI and ACB found no evidence of corruption. They accuse the ED and BJP of targeting Khan without new evidence and using the investigation for political leverage ahead of elections. Delhi Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj also criticized the central government for failing to produce results after years of scrutiny.
ईडी भी छापा मार चुकी है, पूछताछ कर चुकी है। आपको याद होगा रात को 11 साढ़े 11 बजे तक पूछताछ चल रही थी ईडी की। मतलब ये क्या गुंडागर्दी मच गई इस देश के अंदर कि एक केंद्र सरकार अपने राजनीतिक प्रतिद्वंदियों के खिलाफ इस तरीके से एजेंसियों का दुरुपयोग कर रही है कि रोज आप सोचिए ना, किसी का घर है, परिवार है, बीवी है, बच्चे हैं, बताया जा रहा है कि उनके घर में 3 कमरों का फ्लैट है उनका। जो भी पत्रकार गए होंगे उनको मालूम है, ओखला के अंदर 3 कमरों के फ्लैट में रहते हैं। उस 3 कमरे के फ्लैट को भैया कितनी बार उसकी छानबीन करोगे और कितनी बार जांच करोगे और कितनी बार छापा मारोगे वहां पे। वहां उस 3 कमरे के फ्लैट में एक वीडियो आई है जिसमें उनकी सास वहीं लेटी हुई है, उनको ट्यूब लगी हुई है जिसके अंदर से जो है उनकी शरीर की जो मवाद है वो बाहर निकल रही है। 2 दिन पहले ऑपरेशन हुआ है, कैंसर से पीड़ित है, और आप जो है उनके घर पे जो है फिर से छापा मारने पहुंच गए। मतलब ये तो घटिया राजनीति से भी घटियापन है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will embark on a historic 2-day visit to Brunei and Singapore from September 3rd to 5th. This will be the first ever bilateral visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Brunei, coinciding with the 40th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries. During his stay in Brunei, Modi will meet Sultan Haji Hassan Al Bolkiah to discuss bilateral issues and collaboration opportunities. On September 4th, Modi will travel to Singapore to meet Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, aiming to bolster India's strategic and economic ties with Singapore. The visit highlights India's focus on strengthening relations with key Southeast Asian nations.
You know, Prime Minister is undertaking a visit to Brunei and to Singapore. He is travelling to Brunei at the invitation of His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassan Al Bolkiah, and the visit is scheduled for 3rd and 4th of September. And after that he will travel to Singapore at the invitation of His Excellency Mr. Lawrence Wong, the Prime Minister of Singapore. And that visit will be over 4th and 5th of September. Let us take up the Brunei leg first. This will be the first ever bilateral visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Brunei, and it coincides with the 40th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic.
YouTuber Elvish Yadav has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate ED to appear in Lucknow on Monday for questioning in a money laundering case. This case is linked to allegations of using snake venom at parties he hosted following his initial arrest in March by Noida police. Yadav, who won Bigg Boss OTT 2, was charged under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. The ED registered a case under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act in May based on the FIR and charge sheet from the Noida police. Yadav had previously deferred his July summons due to travel and will now provide his statement at the ED's zonal office. The investigation includes scrutiny of proceedings from originizing rave parties. At the Paris Paralympics 2024, India's Nishant Kumar won the silver medal in the men's high jump, clearing 2.4 meters. This achievement marks India's 7th medal in the event's history. US's Roderick Townsend Roberts took gold with a 2.12-meter jump, missing his own Paralympic record of 2.15 meters. On a mixed day for India, Avani Lekhara did not qualify for the archery mixed 10-meter air rifle prone SHI final, and Ravi Rongali narrowly missed the men's shot put final. Rakesh Kumar was unsuccessful in both the gold and bronze archery matches, but Preeti Pal earned a bronze in the women's 200 meter, contributing to India's overall medal count. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is seeking public input to improve policies for the LGBTQI+ community. This follows a Supreme Court directive from October 2023 in the Supriya versus Union of India case, which led to the formation of a high-level committee in April 2024. The committee has addressed issues such as ration card insurance, joint bank accounts, and anti-harassment measures. Recent advisories from various ministries now ensure fair treatment of LGBTQI+ individuals in ration distribution, banking, and healthcare. Additionally, the government is developing guidelines for mental health support and medical interventions for intersex individuals. Public feedback is being invited to refine these policies further. On September 1, President Draupadi Murmu unveiled a new flag and insignia for the Supreme Court of India to celebrate the 75th anniversary at National Conference of the District Judiciary in New Delhi. In her address, she emphasized the need to tackle the culture of adjournments that contributes to court backlogs and delays. Murmu expressed concern about cases including serious crimes like rape remaining unresolved for decades. For better coordination among the judiciary, government and police to improve justice delivery, and highlighted the difficulties faced by the poor due to complexities of the legal system.
मैं पुनः माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया से आग्रह करती हूं कि वो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के प्रतीक चिन्ह का अनावरण करें।
On September 1, Satish Kumar was appointed Chairman and Chief Executive Officer CEO of the Railway Board, succeeding Jaya Varma Singh, who retired on August 31st. Kumar, a 1986 batch officer of the Indian Railway Service of Mechanical Engineers, brings over 34 years of experience, including his role as a General Manager of North Central Railway in Prayagraj. He holds a BTech in Mechanical Engineering from Malviya National Institute of Technology, Jaipur, and a postgraduate diploma in Operation Management and Cyber Law from Indira Gandhi National Open University. Between India and Singapore, with Singapore being India's largest trading partner in Asia and a leading source of foreign direct investment or FDI. Modi will also engage with CEOs and present India's growth story. The visit comes after Singapore's recent change in leadership, adding significance to the ongoing strategic partnership and collaboration between the two countries. The new season of Bigg Boss Telugu, hosted by Nagarjuna Akkini for the 6th consecutive time, premiered on Sunday evening. This season features 14 contestants entering the house in pairs and introduces new rules. No captaincy, no automatic ration, meaning contestants must earn both their immunity and food through tasks. The prize pool has no upper limit, adding a unique twist to the competition. On launch day, actors Rana Daggubati, Niveda Thomas and director Vishwadev Rajakonda promoted their film 35 Chinna Kathakadu, while Nani and Priyanka Mohan were present to promote Saripodha Sanivaram. That's all for today. Be connected for more updates with me, Esma.